that okay? Effect of man on its environment. And man refers to both male and female, whether a woman or the man itself. Influence of man on his environment. I want you to know that some activities which man engages in affect his environment. In return, this environment also have ways of affecting how man behaves. Is that okay? Activities that men do, activities that you and I do, have a long way to affect our environment. And at the same time, our environment have a way of affecting the way we behave. That's a way of affecting the way we behave. Have you noted that down?
Yes, sir.
Good. Our environment have a way of affecting us, and also some activities we do affect our environment. Some of man's activity, is that okay? That affect the environment, agriculture, industrial activities. Industries. We talk about technology of different ages, if you remember. So, industrial activities, agricultural activities, building and construction activities. Are you noting them? Write them down so that when I ask, don't say you didn't write or you don't. That's why I'm taking my time now. The topic is influence of man on its environment. The activities man do have a way of affecting its environment, and those environments also have an example of activities undergone by man that affect his environment are agricultural activities, industrial activities, building and construction activities. Those major activities affect the environment of man. Now, before we go into some of those activities in detail and how they affect the environment, let's quickly talk about type of environment. Type of environment. One, physical environment. Physical environment. Two, the social environment. Physical environment and the social environment. Now, when you talk of the physical environment, we are talking about things found around man, which can be seen and touched. Things found around man, which can be seen and touched. The physical environment could be either natural. Environment could be either natural or man-made. Could be the natural environment includes mountains, rivers, lakes, rocks, land, trees, forests, ocean, atmosphere, rainfall. Those are the physical environment, natural one. Now let's talk about man-made. The man-made physical environment includes road, houses, industry, schools, churches, farmland, offices, and so on and so forth. These are physical environments made by man. Man built houses. Man built houses. Man talk about the social, the people around man and how he relates with them. The social environment. The social environment has to do with how man deals with people around man, you know, the people around man and how he relates with them. Example of social environments are the family, social environment, the family, culture, family, culture, and religion. The family, culture, and religion. Now let's talk about man and his physical environment. Man and his physical environment. Everything which man does that changes his physical environment are ways in which he influences his physical environment. You see, everything man is doing, activities, events man carried out in his physical environment are the ways in which man influences his physical environment. When a man goes on doing agricultural work, you know, when a man digs the soil, he exposes the soil to erosion, to a lot of changes. When you clear a farmland, for example, most of the places we're living presently were formerly jungles, were formerly farms, were formerly bushes. But when man began to clear the bush, and construct buildings, build city, build roads, beautify the environment, things changes. All these activities and ways in which man affects his physical environment includes: 1, construction of houses, roads, bridges, etc. 2, use of manure and fertilizers. In agriculture, affects our physical environment. How does that affect the physical environment? When you use manure and fertilizers, you make farmland. You produce food for people to eat. Number 3, deforestation. Deforestation is an activity that affects the physical environment of man. What is deforestation? Deforestation is cutting down of trees. Deforestation is cutting down of trees. Deforestation is cutting down of trees. When you cut down of trees, it's called deforestation. You go to the bush, go to the surrounding, the jungles, wherever, the forest, you cut down trees. That is deforestation. The opposite of deforestation is afforestation. The opposite of deforestation is afforestation. And afforestation has to do with planting of trees. You cultivate and plant trees. That is afforestation. Deforestation is spelled D-E-F-R. Sorry, D-E-F-O-R-E-S-T-R-A-T-I-O-N. Deforestation. Afforestation. A-F-O-R-E-S-T-R-A-T-I-O-N. Afforestation. Deforestation means cutting down of trees, while afforestation means planting of trees. Somebody don't go too far. Now, the physical environment can also influence man. The physical environment also influences man. Now listen, the following are ways in which the physical environment affects man. 1, it cannot change the period of time. Man cannot change time. Time is going, the clock is clicking. We can't stop the day from appearing, and we can't stop the night from coming. In my place in Nigeria now, we're already at night. Here in your place, we are still in the morning. But in Nigeria presently, we're already at night in the evening. So I can't change your own time there to morning. I can't change it to night. You are at morning, me, I'm here in the evening. So man cannot change period of time. Therefore, he sleeps at night and he wakes on the daytime. So that's the way our physical environment affects us. When night comes, it's time to sleep. When morning comes, it's time to wake up. and go to work. Number two, the physical environment influences mind such that changes in weather conditions affect what man wears. During Harmattan is the cold season here. Your own winter is our own Harmattan in Nigeria. Your clothing will change. You put on sweaters, you put on jackets, you put on body warmer. And when the summer comes, when it's heat, you remove all those sweaters. You put on light clothing for fresh air. So changes in weather conditions affect what man wears. Number three, man engages in some jobs due to the physical environment in which he lives. E.g., people living in the riverine area. Riverine means places having rivers. Their occupation definitely will be fishing. People living around rivers will definitely be engaged in fishing. People living in island regions, regions where in the areas are very tall. They deal with mineral exploration. People living in around the forest will do hunting. People living in the lowlands will engage in lots of agriculture. Then some people practice various religions. Some people practice various religions which center on some features in their physical environment. Some people practice various religions which center on some features in their physical environment. Example are people worship rivers, mountains, etc. Now let's look into ways man influences his social environment. We talked about two types of environment: physical environment, social environment. Those one we've been talking about. How man influences a physical environment and how the physical environment influences man. Let's look at the social environment. Ways man influences social environment. One, making law, making rules and regulating law. A lot of things goes on between people. So man makes law to manage the affairs that goes on in human relationship. So man makes law, and this law affects how man will behave in the social environment. Number two, engaging in commercial activities. Commercial activities have to do with buying and selling. Buying and selling. Buying and selling. Then two, working together. Working together. Now, workplace and some people engaging that affect our mental affect our social environment. Number four, creating music as a form of entertainment affects our social environment. Creating music. You can use music to teach people. You can use music to entertain people. You can use music to educate people. You can use music to enlighten people. You can use music to, change and influence the behavior of people. Number 5, worshiping God. Our worship of God has a way of influencing our social environment. When we worship God, God relates with us, speaks to our hearts, helps us to relate well with other people. The worship of God tells us how to do with others. Like the Bible, in the Word of God, the Bible, God says, do unto others what you want them to do unto you. What you do to others, they do to you. The way you relate with others, they do the same to you. If you want people to be your friend, be friends to them. If you want people to appreciate you, appreciate them. Be nice to people. When you are nice to people, they will be nice to you. Whatever you do to people, the same they do unto you. Now let's look at the social environment influence and regulation. Obedience to law and regulation. When laws are made, so man has to obey it. That's how the social environment influences man. Then practice of popular religion. The popular religion will eventually be what people may be going for. Then the other one is family structure. Our family structure affects us. What your parents want you to do, what you demand from your parents, what your extended family, other people, friends around want, have a way of influencing us as men. You want to please people, you want to have a good record with them, you want to dwell well with them, then you do things that pleases others. When you do things that are not pleasing to others, people react. People express their mind, they are not pleased with what you're doing, and there is need for you to make amends. You need to make amends. You need to readjust your behavior, your attitude towards people. Very, very important. Whatever you make happen to others, God will make happen to you. So we need to be very conscious and be very careful how we live our life. Now that's all by it for this session. We will have to take a break now and come back in another 10 minutes. But before we do that, I want to throw some questions at you. Joshua, I want you to type of environment that we have. 2 major types of environment, Joshua.
Physical and social.
We have physical. Thank you so much. God bless you, Joshua. Physical and social environment. That is good of you. I'm so glad you're able to say that. God bless you.
You too, sir.
But before I go to Yanu, I still want to tell me what we can find in our physical environment.
You can find natural mountains, rivers, rocks, land,
Good.
trees,
Lands, trees, forests. Good. Lake, ocean. That's good of you. What about the ones that are man-made things in the physical environment? Man-made.
road,
Roads, yes.
church, and
Church,
farmland.
farmlands, correct. House, Marketplace. God bless you. Over to Yanu. I want Yanu to mention things we can find. What are the things that are in our social environment? Yanu. Things in our social environment.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
I didn't hear what you said. Things in our social environment. What are they? What are the things in our social environment, Yanu?
I don't know.
You didn't write what I discussed just now, what we did.
No.
Did you write them down?
No.
Huh? What?
No.
I didn't hear what you said. You didn't do what? You didn't write them down.
No.
Did you write our discussion down, what I explained in class today in social
No.
study? You didn't write it down. You didn't write them down.
No.
Huh?
No.
Down. Why didn't you write them down? Yanu, you can answer me. I said, why didn't you write them down?
I don't know.
You don't know why you didn't write them down. Yanu,
Yes, sir.
did you hear the question I'm asking you? I
Yes.
asked you what in the social environment, you said you don't know. And I asked you, did you write them down when I was teaching? You said no. And I asked you, why did you didn't write them down? You said you don't know. What do you mean by you don't know? Joshua, tell me things that we have in our social environment. Joshua? Joshua?
We have family, culture, and religion.
We have what?
Family, culture, and religion.
Family.
Culture and religion.
Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you. That's a good one. Family, culture, and religion. Yeah. Okay. Let me look at some other questions before we call it a break. Okay. Now, in the physical environment, what are the activities that man engages in that affects his physical environment? What are the things man do in the physical environment that affects his physical environment? What are the activities? Joshua, I'm talking to Joshua. Joshua? Joshua,
Yes, sir.
yeah, talk to me. Yes, what are the things what are the activities man do?
Mm,
Activities man do that affect his physical environment.
they oh, build,
Yes, construction of houses, roads, bridges, etc.
mm,
Did you write down deforestation? Deforestation,
yes, sir.
cutting down of trees. Those are the activities now. When you cut down trees, it exposes the soil to erosion. You know, the soil will change. It may be eroded and carried away. Different limestone comes up. And the use of manure and fertilizers in agricultural activities also affects our physical environment. Now, can you state how the physical environment affects man? How does it affect man?
Mm, fix man by mm,
How does the physical environment affect man? Number one,
they
man
cannot
cannot change the period of time.
they cannot change time.
So man has to what? Sleep at night and do what? Wake up
In the
in
morning.
the daytime. Man sleeps at night, wake up in daytime because he cannot.
Mm, change clothes.
Weather condition affects man and what. Then lastly,
Jobs.
is that okay by you? Bye. We'll come back 15 minutes time. Hello, Joshua. Hello, Joshua.
Hello, sir.
How are you doing?
Fine, sir.
Yeah, back to class. We're doing English now. We're doing English now. We're doing English now. We want to do noun is a part of speech. A noun is the name of a person, animal, place, or thing. That's what noun is. Noun is a name. A word that has to do with a name, it's called noun. Naming words are noun. Naming words are noun. Naming words are noun. It could be a name of a person. It could be a name of a place. It could be a name of a thing. It could be a name of an attitude. It could be a name of an action. Provided it's a name, it's a noun. Okay? But specifically, as you know, there are types of noun. We have two major types of noun: concrete nouns and abstract nouns. Concrete nouns and abstract nouns. Concrete nouns are things you can see, you can touch, you can feel, things you can handle, things you can measure, things you can identify. You can touch it, you can handle it, you can carry it, you can move it. They are called concrete nouns. Concrete nouns. Abstract nouns, you can't see it. You can't touch it, but you can feel it. Abstract noun can be touched, cannot be handled, but you can feel it. You can see it physically. You can handle it physically. You can hold it physically. Example of concrete nouns are book, pencil, humans, house, roads, rivers, ocean, papers, clothes. Material things are concrete nouns. Sugar, salt, water are all concrete nouns. Abstract nouns, examples are love, anger, laziness, habits, bad habits, good habits, habits, attitude, height, altitude, governance, fear. Those are examples of abstract noun. Abstract noun. Okay. Under concrete noun, we want to talk about one special aspect of concrete noun. Concrete noun can be grouped together to form groups and collections. That will now take us to collective nouns. Collective nouns. Collective nouns. Collective nouns are the names given to a group, a team of something or people. Collective nouns is the name given to a group of things. Let me give you example of collective animate objects. Animate, that is things that are, when you hear animate, they are living, they have life, they are animals. Now, if you want to talk about ants in group, you can say an army of ants. An army of ants. Hope you're writing it down, Joshua. Are you writing it down?
Yes, sir.
Please do, in case I ask you a question. Thank you. An army of ants. Number 2, an army of soldiers. Those are collective nouns. Army of soldiers. A band of musicians. A band of musicians. a bench of bishops, a bench of bishops. Then a bench of magistrates, a bench of magistrates. Another one is a bevy of ladies, a bevy of ladies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bevy of ladies, that's number 6. Number 7, a board of directors, a board of directors, board of directors. 8, a brood of chickens, a brood of chickens, a brood of chickens. The next one, number 9, a building of rooks, a building of rooks. Rooks spelled R-O-O-K-S, a building of rooks. We also have a choir of singers, a choir of singers, a choir of singers. A choir of singers, a choir of singers. 11, a class of pupils or students, a class of pupils or students. Then a company of actors, a company of actors, a company of actors, a company of actors, a company of actors. Another one is a crew of sailors, a crew of sailors, sailors. You know, people that sails the ship, like a pilot pilots the plane, the captain sails the ship. So those group of people are called crew of sailors. Crew is spelled C-R-E-W. Sailors, S-A-I-L, a crew of. Another one is a drove of cattle, a drove of cattle, drove, D-R-O-V-E, drove, D-R-O-V-E, drove, cattle, C-A-T-T-L-E, cattle, C-A-T-T-L-E, cattle, a drove of cattle. We have a flock of birds, a flock of birds, birds, B-I-R-D-S, birds, flock of birds. And we have flock of sheep also, sheep, S-H-E-E-P, flock of sheep. We have a gaggle of geese, a gaggle of geese, gaggle, G-A-G-G-L-E, gaggle, G-A-G-G-L-E, gaggle, a gaggle of geese, geese, G-E-E-S-E, geese, G-E-E-S-E, geese, a gaggle of geese. We also have a gang of laborers, a gang of laborers, a gang of laborers, laborers, L-A-B-O-U-R-E, laborers. Laborers, laborer. Gang, 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 gang. Then we also have gang of thieves, gang of thieves. How many have you written now? What number is that?
18.
18. We're going to write two more. Maybe some other time we continue with that. Another one is a group of friends. Number 19, a group of friends. A group of friends. That group of friends can also be called a company of friends. Company of friends. Then the 28th, number 20, is an herd of buffaloes. H-E-R-D, herd. H-E-R-D, herd. Buffalo. B-U-F-F-A-L-O-E-S, buffalo. B-U-F-F-A-L-O-E-S, buffaloes. Okay? That is animate. Is that okay? Animate means animals, things that have life. Collective nouns for things that have life. Group of things that have life. Okay? Now, inanimate, some other time we'll continue that. Is that okay? Okay, we have done 20 animate. Let's do like 10 inanimate. 10 inanimate. 10. Number one, inanimate means things that don't have life. They are not living. Non-living things are inanimate objects. Number one, a bale of cotton. A bale of cotton or wool. A bale of cotton or wool. Bale is spelled B-A-L-E, bale. Bale is spelled B-A-L-E, bale of cotton. Then wool, W-O-O-L, wool. A batch of bread, a batch of bread. Batch, B-A-T-C-H, batch. Batch, a batch of bread. Bread is the bread we eat. B-R-E-A-D, a batch of bread. Number three, bouquet of flowers. Bouquet of flowers. Bouquet is spelled B-O-T, bouquet. As if you are saying buckwheat, but it's not pronounced buckwheat, it's bouquet. B-O-U-Q-U-E-T, bouquet of flowers. Flowers is spelled F-L-O-W-E-R-S, bouquet of flowers. A bunch of grapes, a bunch of grapes. You can also say bunch of bananas, bunch of grapes, bunch, B-U-N-C-H, bunch, bunch of grapes, grapes, G-R-A-P-E-S, grapes. Then we have a bundle of rags, a bundle of rags, bundle, B-U-N-D-L-E, bundles, rags, R-A-G-S. Then we have chest of drawers, 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 chest of drawers. Number 7, clump of trees, clump of trees. clump of trees. Clump is spelled C-L-U-M-P. Clump of trees, clump, C-L-U-M-P. Then clusters of diamonds. Cluster of diamonds, cluster of diamonds, cluster of diamonds. Or you say cluster of stars. Cluster of diamonds or cluster of stars. That could also mean galaxy of stars. Galaxy of stars. Then we have a clutch of eggs. A clutch of eggs. I'll give you one more. We call it a day. I'm going to ask you some questions. And we'll call it a day. Number 10. A collection of pictures. 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 Okay, that's what we're doing in English for today. Let me ask you some questions. Joshua? Joshua, what's a noun? A noun.
Noun is a person, place, or thing.
The name of a person. Name. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
It's not just a person. It's the name. Is that okay? Noun
Yes.
is the name of a person, animal, place, or thing. Good. Types of a noun. Types of noun.
A concrete noun and a abstract noun.
Now, we have concrete noun and abstract noun. Write that down. Abstract. Abstract is spelled A, B, S, T, R, A, C, T. Abstract. A, B, S, T, R, A, C, T. Abstract noun. What are concrete nouns?
A concrete noun are things you can touch, hold, and feel.
Okay. Abstract noun, what are they?
Can't hold physically, can't hold it, but you can feel it.
You can feel them, but you can't touch, you can handle. Give me an example of concrete nouns, Joshua.
A box.
Good. More examples.
A shirt.
A shirt. Even things around your room, there are wall clock, glasses that you are putting on is a concrete noun. The chair you are sitting on is a concrete noun. The table you are using is a concrete noun. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Bottle, water, river are all concrete nouns. Okay? Example of abstract noun. Abstract noun example. Things that has to do with feelings. You don't write it down. Did you write them down? Huh?
A tree.
A what?
A tree.
Tree is a concrete noun. I mean abstract noun, abstract noun, abstract noun. Example. Did you write him down?
No, sir.
Why? Was I too fast? Was I too fast? That's why you didn't write it down.
Yes, sir.
And you will let me know. You will let me know if I'm, but the way I'm taking it, I was talking gently. Now, let me give you an example of abstract now. Number one, love. Love, you know, anything that has to do with feelings, like love, attitude, hatred, kindness, cleanliness, care, carelessness, all of those attitudes are abstract now. Feelings, is that okay? Things
Yes, sir.
like that are abstract. Okay. Okay. Now give me example of collective nouns, you know, names of group. Give me 5 examples. Yes. Mention the ones you wrote in the book. If you don't can't remember, check your notebook. Collective nouns, examples of them.
Army of arms, army of soldiers, a band.
What?
Army of ants.
Okay.
Army of
An army
soldiers,
of ants. An army of soldiers, yes.
a band.
A band of musicians.
A band of musicians.
Okay.
A
2 more.
flock of sheep.
A what?
Flock of sheep.
Flock of sheep, yes. Another one more.
And then group of friends.
Good. Now let's go to inanimate. Mention 3 in inanimate. Yes.
Bunch of grapes.
Bunch of grapes. Yes. Bunch of grapes. Yep.
Bundle of grapes. And rags.
Okay. Bundle of rags. Okay. One
And
more.
cluster of diamonds.
Cluster of what?
Diamonds.
Diamonds. Okay. Thank you so much. God bless you. So we'll meet same time tomorrow. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Regards to mom and dad. Help me greet Eniola, greet everyone, greet Yano. Bye. Stay strong. See you tomorrow. Thank you.